Hello, and welcome to the Abundology Podcast. My name is Renee Spears, and I'm a spirit guide channeler and spiritual life and business mentor. And I help people be happy and attract more money, love, time, and joy in their lives. I'm coming to you from beautiful Bozeman, Montana, and this is the weekly energy update for the week of October 9th, 2022. Every Sunday, I talk about how the energy is going to be for the week ahead, and I also infuse the show with some positive vibes, so you get a little positive energy boost just for listening. So today, Sunday the 9th, is a full moon, and it happens at 1:54 Pacific, 4:54 Eastern. And this is the hunter's moon because it's the time of year when tribes stocked up for winter by hunting under the full moon. And this moon might seem particularly beautiful and magical because it's a blood moon. And blood moons occur when the full moon rises before the sun actually sets, causing them to take on the colors of the sunset, like orange and red. And like last month's full moon, it takes place at the same time a couple of nights in a row, making it a rare double full moon. So don't worry, if you miss it the first night, you'll be able to see it the following evening. And this moon is happening alongside the Orionid meteor shower. So we have both the full moon and shooting stars lighting up the sky tonight and tomorrow. The meteors that we see come from Halley's Comet. These are the dust particles from the comet, and we go through this dust particle path in October each year. So we'll be able to see those for the next couple of weeks. And this is a wonderful time to set an intention. It's literally a time to wish upon a star, and anything your heart desires will come true. And we want to make wishes and set intentions now because this is the final full moon before eclipse season, making it one of the last chances to utilize the magic of the moon this year because we do not manifest during eclipse season. Eclipses bring chaos, and even if we don't feel it in the moment, all we need to do during eclipse season is just witness what comes up. It's not the time to manifest. So this Aries full moon is here to heal. But this healing doesn't come in a neatly wrapped package. Instead, this healing comes from reaching the point where there is nothing else left to do but surrender. This is the kind of energy when we reach a point where we just can't continue the way we've been going and we hit our limits. But as challenging as this point is, it also brings the healing magic of surrender. And a lot of this magic comes from the asteroid Chiron, which joins forces with this full moon. So Chiron, coupled with the Aries energy, promises healing, but not from trying to fix or control or force, but from surrender. So when we surrender, we move into acceptance, to letting go, to forgiveness, and it opens us to the possibilities that those states can create. So Chiron is known as the wounded healer because he has learned to find power, wisdom, and the gifts that can come from his wounds. Chiron is not interested in fixing his wounds. We're not fixing anything right now. He has accepted that some wounds just cut too deep. He has accepted that some wounds were perhaps just written in the stars. Instead, he has taken his wounds and used them as fuel for his own awakening. So Chiron teaches us that even though we have wounds, even though we may be broken or grief-stricken, sad, lonely, depressed, or even sick, even if we have been wounded again and again and again, we can still lead a beautiful life. And this is exactly the energy I need right now. I have declared to the universe that I'm finally, even though I've said it before, I am finally ready to find a relationship. I'm 85% of the way there. And I believe that this full moon will help me get the rest of the way. See, both of my last two loves have died. And as you can imagine, that really fucking sucks. And it left some deep wounds. And of course, I wouldn't want to go through that again. So this deeply healing full moon and Chiron come along just at the right time to help me heal. I surrender. I can't change what happened to me, but I can make the decision not to allow fear to stop me from being in another relationship. And I can focus on the tremendous gifts I learned from these sucky things happening. The gift of being able to appreciate every second of being with someone. Now I know what's important in life and what isn't worth fighting over. Any moment, any day, any time being in love is worth any loss that may or may not come from it. So Chiron teaches us to think of our wounds as these secret portals into deeper understanding and compassion, a secret portal into higher intuition and greater knowledge, and even the potential to help heal and guide others. So at the time of this full moon, Chiron will also be in Aries, and it's retrograde, making this energy even stronger and bringing up things from the past that need to be resolved. So we may feel like we've reached the end of our limit, but if we keep moving, that limit inspires us to move on, to forgive, or to let go completely. And this in itself brings healing. So whenever we have strong energy like this, it's best to channel it into movement. We can't just stay in the same place. We have to move. And this may be physical movement like dancing, exercising, or going for a run. It may also manifest as simply needing to take a step in any direction to change or evolve something in our lives. And this step is not a metaphoric one. It's a literal and intentional step to shift the energy in our lives. It doesn't need to be big. Even a small step counts. So Venus, the planet of love and relationships, is also highly active under this full moon. So we may see a lot of this healing energy showing up in our relationships too. So if we've been wearing a mask in any of our relationships, if we haven't been able to express our true selves, or if we're having a hard time setting boundaries, this all may be coming up to be healed. Essentially, whatever relationships have been moving you further away from your true self rather than closer to your true self are going to be up for review and healing. And finally, under this full moon is a perfect triangle configuration, which is known as a grand trine, which is activated by the Sun, Saturn, and Mars. And this grand trine is fabulous. It brings ease. We can think of it as the universe's way of soothing our wounds and helping us heal. So as intense as this Aries full moon could be, there is enough soothing, healing, and sweet energy to soften and to remind us that life is meant to be both beautiful and messy. It also reminds us that there are some growing pains along the way to becoming the most evolved versions of ourselves. First, we have to face our trauma and heal past wounds, and this moon delivers that energy to help us do just that. But we don't have not only the moon, we have Chiron and the Sun in Libra and the Grand Trine. We have lots of universal help right now. So this time is about self-love and creating a beautiful relationship with ourselves. So in the eternal words of RuPaul, who doesn't love RuPaul? If you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to love someone else? So in order to make the world a better place, this is the time to take a hard look in the mirror and make the necessary changes within yourself first. The rest will follow. It just all starts with you. And this full moon is an absolutely wonderful time to set intentions and to do a full moon ritual before that volatility of the eclipses sets in for the rest of the year. And because it's a double full moon, you got 2 nights to do it if you miss it the first night. So the ritual can be as easy as standing in the light of the full moon, or even right now as you're listening to this, and say, I release all energies that are no longer aligned with my highest good. I forgive myself for all I feel I have done. I release any thoughts that I'm not good enough or worthy enough. I thank myself for all I have been through and all the work I have done. I honor myself for my strength, my dedication, and my commitment to myself. I am healed. I am empowered, I am alive with energy and ready to move forward. And that's it for the week. It's a beautiful day to be alive in Montana, actually everywhere. But in Montana, the leaves are changing and I'm headed out for a healing walk in Bear Canyon. So yes, I am bringing my bear spray. So as always, thank you for listening and passing this podcast on to a friend you think may find value in it. Allow yourself to be vulnerable this week so that you can heal and move forward. It's all so good, and we have lots of universal help to ease the way this week. So have a great week, and I will talk to you again next week.